Well, hello again there, people. Here we are out at a restaurant we haven't been to for quite some time, the O2 Cafe and Bistro. But we're not going to talk about the cafe today. We're going to talk about another subject that's very close to heart, the constant pursuit of beauty from a transgender, or in our case, Chanya's perspective. We try to avoid these subjects because they can, promote a certain sort of level of audience that have a particular issue with certain aspects of other people's lifestyle, but let's talk about it anyway. But before we actually get into the discussion part of the video, let's have a look at the menu. I remember from last time the menu was really, really good. Lots of good
Chinese,
food.
English,
Chinese, oh yeah, have menu in 3 languages. Yes, it's a very nice place. Let me take a look around while Chanya goes through and chooses something. As I mentioned before, we've been to this cafe once before, and we've tried to always select a different cafe when we go out for our lunch, but let's get to that point there. We'd like to go and visit some of the older ones we actually like too, so we're going to change it up a bit on the style of the videos. But we'll go a bit of a show around and sort of see what the place looks like. It's located out in the middle of, well, you would say Rai King, if you know where Rai King is. It's out on the western side of Bangkok. But nice little sort of setting there, a nice little, I suppose it's an old coconut plantation, which has been turned into a cafe, but picturesque. It looks very nice. And of course, we do remember the food from last time. Let's hope the same cooks are still here. Yes, so again, we find ourselves in a situation where we're out in the open air and trying to get the best lighting for the cameras. So it's a constant pursuit of trying to be good at this thing. But yeah, so let's talk about the whole transgender issue, when it comes to beauty, because it's a part of Thai culture. At least from my perspective anyway. And as you can see, the pretty Chanya here is wearing a funny mask. Not of your nose, darling. Yeah. Because it's not her nose, it's a problem. She's just hiding the recent surgery she's had done, which we can't really talk about until that's all finished. But what we will talk about is the other lots of surgery she's had done. So what do you got done? You've got the garlic pork, and I've got some Korean-style chicken wings. To tell you the truth, I think they had to go to Korea to get those because it took a while. I'm talking 7 or 8 minutes longer than her meal, so I'm starting to get worried that they forgot what I was ordering. But as you can see, Chanya's having a little bit of trouble there because she can only open her mouth a little bit. But as I said before, Chanya's done other procedures before. We did a video previously on it. I didn't really think about what we were going to talk about then. I've given it some thought now, so let's present it properly for the people who want to know things while I eat some food, because I'm hungry.
You're so hungry?
Yeah, these I love them.
What tastes good?
Tissue. So, as we've said before, Chanya's done a number of procedures, and those procedures sort of have beautified her, and I'm certainly one person that's not going to complain about it because she's my partner and I love her to death. We've been together 14 years. I've been here 7 years living with her, and it's been a wonderful experience. Looking forward to another 7 years together, of course, but I always get concerned when she goes under the knife and has little things done, because this is Thailand, and really I don't know the culture here in Thailand and how it really all gels together. But girls are clambering left, right and centre to have nose jobs, eye tucks, chin tucks, cheek fillers, breast implants, buttocks implant or buttocks fillers, and hip fillers, and
oh my God.
And liposuction if they're a little bit poo-poo-y. Right? And they wouldn't go to the full extent of gender reassignment, which is quite a horrendous sort of idea in my mind. It's just that whole idea. It made me cringe. So, darling, so you've had your eyes done. So you have your eyes done, yes?
Yep.
Right, so when the operation for the eye, how much was that?
How much for eye? Before 16,000.
16,000. So there's a little bit of inflation going to have to be contended with, because this has been done of a procedure of, I think you had your first operation was your breast implants at 17 years old.
Yes.
Right, so that was her first operation.
Where?
But where did you have them done?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't. That was Somchai Clinic, was it? You can't remember. It's a long
We
time
have
ago.
many.
You go to many
Yes,
clinics.
either
Yeah.
my body not safe.
If you want to know about clinics that do this sort of work, you're going to have to reach out to Chanya on her business page, which is Alice Beauty Salon. There is a link down in the description box below, but if you want to get some inside story and ideas of somebody who can help you with those decisions, well, you have to contact her, because I can't get involved in that, because that would require me to be employed, because that's sort of promotion and everything else, so I can't do that. But you can definitely reach out to her. She's a Thai citizen and she's allowed to work in Thailand, so all well and good.
Yummy นะวันนี้
Yummy, yum. It is very yummy, and I want to use my fingers, but this is a restaurant and it is Thailand. And,
Can
no, I cannot. Oh, good boy. Okay.
No.
No.
ให้ใช้
No.
มาเลย
Okay, another operation that she's had is, of course, she's had her nose reshaped. Right. I don't know what the procedure is, but a lot of girls have this done. It's it's a girl thing here in Thailand. They don't like that, short, pudgy nose, I think you'd call it. That short, flattened nose. They want to look Westerner. So a nose operation is fairly important for them. What was that? How much did the operation for the nose cost? You've had that done twice now. Your nose. You've had 2 times, yes?
2 times.
Yeah. And so how much did it cost last time?
Last time 15.
15,000.
15,000.
Yeah, so again, give a 5 to 10% inflationary aspect to those numbers, but 15,000. Breast augmentation. Oh, that's right. You had your chin done last time as well. When did that? That was 2006, 2007. That
very long.
Yeah.
Okay, too.
before you've made it longer.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
longer.
So what you've done is you've now gone and had it reshaped
Yeah.
to take off I would call it that diamond or that diamond face shape, that teardrop particular look that was very well prized 10 years ago, but these days here the look in the community now is more of the round Westerner face. Again, it's the pursuit to be a Westerner that really sort of encapsulates the whole beauty segment here, which is a bit frustrating because we are Thailand, and it's just think about just being Thai. Thais are naturally beautiful after all. So I guess the first big question on everybody's tongue is breast augmentation. All right. Now you might think it's just transgender people here in Thailand would have breast augmentation, but in reality, I think there's more female Thais go for breast augmentation than transgenders, just based on population density. But it is a very common procedure amongst Thais because, as we know from a Western perspective, they're not really well built up top, But that's one of the things we love about Thai girls is that slimness and that, I suppose, natural beauty. But again, so much is influenced by Western society. Figureheads like Dolly Parton and so on. They keep the process running, if you know what I mean. But what about price? So I think when you had your first augmentation, it was 40,000 baht when you had your first breast. First time.
First time
45,000 baht, yeah. And that procedure there has been repeated. We upsized in 2012 or 2013. We upsized another 50 cc's. Why? I'm a Farang. I'm a Westerner.
I think have to big.
No. I think they are quite big enough. I'm sorry.
Because
But when you had it done the second time.
No hesitate to say enough because I can't stop for operation.
Yes, you can.
In the right
You can stop.
Because
you can stop.
I happy.
I know it's happy in yourself. But second time you have the breast done, what? How much do you pay that time? Same price or more?
No, same, not same.
I think you come down, didn't you? It came down.
55.
Oh, 55, so go up a bit, yeah. And that was like a 10-year separation between those costs. So that was 10 years, or 6 or 7 years ago. So you're looking around about the 60,000 baht through the standard clinic system here. Now, again, a caveat, the fact that there are Western companies applying what they call medical tourism here in Thailand. Those pricings will be extremely on the higher side because they're going to cover a lot of the extra additional stuff of recuperation, accommodation and everything else that goes along, because that operation there does have a 2-week recovery time, and I'm not quite sure that's just flight preparation time, whether that comes into play. But yeah, you really don't want to be moving around and having pressure differentials that can happen in aeroplanes at 30,000 feet, flying back to home just after breast augmentation. So you've got to think about that. But alternatively, so if it's 55,000 baht, that's what your Thais are going to be paying here. And there are organisations out there supporting the transgender community that actually assist in those payment sort of options as well. But I will cover that stuff in a future video. I am starting to shape up. We've had a talk about this situation. We've tried to avoid these subjects in the past. Well, for one, Chanya, obviously she's a Thai and trying to fit into Thai society, and the transgender community here is still part of a third-class society here. There's a lot of dispensation being made for them, but you know, they are still considered in some circles to be a little bit not quite together and not quite, you know, sound of mind. This is obviously again pressure from Western society, where, like I know, the girls I know in Australia who went through different procedures, just obtaining hormones requires 2 or 3 medical certificates and psych evaluation and everything else, whereas here in Thailand they can just walk into the chemist and say, I feel like a girl, and the chemist or the pharmacist will ask a few questions and pretty much automatically prescribe estrogen, or estrogen, a number of different female hormones, even the pill in some situations.
Have many hormones. Thailand have many hormones. Have before progesterone, progesterone.
Now the procedures I've said so far, so that the eyes, the nose and the chin, they were done under what we call a twilight. So you were awake when it was happening. Or sort of awake. You know what was going on. You know people are there. You see images of people on your face doing things with that scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry. But of course the elephant in the room here is there is one other procedure that does require a full knockout. It's the gender reassignment surgery. Now that one there, I think Chanya had that done when she was 23 years old. That is a pretty serious procedure. 120,000 baht when you've had it done. When you had female part done.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Before, nah.
Yeah.
And now, I think this one cannot.
Yeah, I think it's gone up now.
3 more.
Yeah, I've seen it done.
Maybe now, maybe my doctor to make maybe 350,000.
Now?
Yeah.
Well, I saw it on Somchai before I came out. I checked the Somchai price.
Not Somchai.
Yeah, but Somchai, they were only 140,000 starting price.
Transgender in Thailand. No, for bed, for operation, for everything. Him know where clinic good and clinic. Number 2, clinic. Number 3, people to know, because when we group have transgender to talking. This one, doctor clinic. This one, him okay for me, for free, for everything. You know, for note, doctor clinic where here.
So which doctor is this one? Which doctor you talk about now? You have a special doctor that knows everybody.
No, we transgender
No.
to have group.
Oh, okay. So
Have group.
So you have a special,
for operation.
it's like a line group, but it's a bit bigger than that, where they talk about these things.
Enjoy to share talking for
what they
this
want to do.
dog good, this he make good or not good.
Yeah.
And
So,
people thinking, oh, I think this one good, I think this one not good.
but there are varying prices for that operation, and that operation is done under full anaesthetic, of course. You know, they're removing parts of your body after all. And I've seen some, animated videos on that, basically going through a procedure, and it's like, it just makes your blood boil, cringe. But again, no, I'm not going to have that operation done, I'm sorry. But it does go to show the fact that these sort of things, there is a side to it that...
When I say you want to operation bed, why face you late? You want to have?
Because I don't want.
When I sleeping and you want to touch, no way, you just touch myself.
You're crazy, darling.
And safety for boyfriend, have gig because he have 2 beds. He cannot go somewhere because he just stay only home, right? Because he's shy.
So breast augmentation. There's other little procedures you've had done, which is the micro-injection silicone on your hips to give you a little bit of a wider hip. That procedure is no longer really applied much these days because there are certain complications about how the body reacts to the foreign silicone injections. We can go through all these sort of types of discussions on an individual basis. I'm just giving a bit of an overview here so that you get a bit of an understanding how it works. What about from my perspective? Do I worry about it? As I said, I always worry about anybody going to the knife because, somebody's cutting holes in you, and that wasn't really a tenable position for the body unless, of course, you're, some sort of warring faction, running through trying to sort of usurp townships and killing everybody. But that doesn't happen anymore, or maybe it does, but doesn't. We're not going to do the Russell Brand on that one. But yeah, so when you wrap it all up, it's a pursuit of beauty. She just wants to be accepted. The medical terminology umbrella that they classify this thing is called gender dysphoria. I did a video on that like 6 or 7 years ago, and it's one of my most popular videos. This is again why we're starting to look at this thing again. So, and as Chanya wants to talk about it more now, she feels a little bit more open with the way society is working, and let's see if we can dispel a lot of those myths. So that's where we're going to go with some of the discussion topics. A little bit more edgy, just on the ground, talking to the people. I want to do some more transgender interviews, but again, we talked about this last night, and a lot of our friends are a little bit camera shy. We have got one. I think you've met Annie. We'll try to grab Annie at some stage in the next few weeks and sit down and talk to her, because she's only just started going through transition, and she's got a bit of an uphill battle because she's a fairly large girl. And she's going to have to do some slimming down. But this is Thailand. We all love our food here. Oh well, we've had our lunch. It's only a light lunch today because I already had breakfast. But again, it's coming at that sort of point in time where if you do like those videos, you should let us know. There's a like thing down the bottom. If you don't like these videos, again, let us know. We see those metrics and we know if you like the video or not. So let us know. What's that?
You can go stay.
I can walk across here?
Yes.
I want to see you go first.
No, I want to see you first.
No, I want to see you first. Boy first. Girl first. Girl first.
Look like in the Vietnam.
You think?
Both when like this.
You sure?
Yeah, Vietnam style. I see.
We're going to go and pay the bill at the counter here, so we've got a little ticket there, number 50 I think it is, but we'll tell you the price in a minute. But yeah, like these videos, like if you don't like this sort of talk, then you let us know down the bottom. There's a comment section. I know people don't use that anymore. It's all this 5-second interaction stuff. What's that? Oh, you think this one's fake?
And orange fake.
Okay, so you think the orange is fake. It look real. This one here look like pomegranate, look real. Oh, plastic. Okay, darling. You can say goodbye to my team.
Yes. Thank you for subscribe, like and share.
She will get back to talking very soon. Like it's really peace and quiet in the house at the moment. My port mark. I'll have to wear that one later on. What? Oh, some more. 60 baht. I've tried this stuff. I'm not quite into it, but it's a favourite delicacy here in Thailand. Let's go and pay this bill. Hold on. Well, there we go. Paid the bill. 430 baht. And again, up there, that's the conversion. What? This is all calorie, darling. All calorie. You want to slim? You want to...
No, I want to fat.
Why? Oh, you want to fat like me?
Yes.
But, darling, I slim now too.
Where?
Here.
I'm not believe that.
You're not believe that. See what I got to deal with? Really? Anyway, off to the car and we're going to do our usual weekly stuff. Now, of course, Chanya's schedule makes it difficult to make multiple videos on subjects a week, so there's going to be other stuff thrown in our channel as well, so make sure you stick around. But more to the point, stick around for these outtakes. Peace out, guys. You know, we've been 14 years. You know we've been together 14 years. I can't even say that without laughing. A citizen and she's allowed to work in Thailand, so all well and good. Tongue-tied. Sticky honey. I got one here, sorry. It's yummy.
Don't leave.
Yummy. But what it does, it makes an inflamed area in the skin, which is your body trying to expel the silicon, but our silicon is fairly inert. It's part of the carbon hierarchy in the elemental table, so it has the similar sort of structures as carbon with the free electron and everything else. And nothing really binds to it in the body, so it just sits there. The body tries its damnedest to expel it, but it just stays there, and it can give red splotches and things like that. But you're having trouble eating, darling. So doing it this way, I can cut bits out when we eat.